What's good with y'all YouTube? It's the boy TK True King. I'm back with another vid. We just got done driving for today. This receiver is closed. They don't open till like 4, so I'm gonna be here for about a couple of hours and wake up and then handle that. But yeah, today we're gonna talk about, this was a requested video. What's the best route to take? Should I go through a company to get my CDL, or should I go through a CDL school? And really the answer is that it's up to the person, subjective, but you gotta think about how fast will you get the CDL and how much you have to pay. I'm gonna tell you my position. When I first started, when I was looking to get my CDL, I seen CDL schools. I'm like, how much does it cost? It's saying 3, 4, 5,000. I'm like, yo, I don't got that. This me working Dollar General. I was working at Amazon warehouse jobs. And I'm like, 3,000 to 5,000. I didn't understand how to manage money. I didn't understand a lot of things. Every week, my paycheck, I was probably get a paycheck. Next week, I'm back in the negative. You know what I mean? But I ain't getting into all that. That's going to be of my life experience. I'm going to make a video on how trucking changed my life and stuff like that. But that's going to be another video. But yeah, that was my experience. And I'm like, yo, I can't afford to pay 3,000 to 5,000. That's just not going to happen. So I looked online. I seen people talking about grants. Oh, you can get a grant. I'm like, okay, cool. Where is that? You know, I ain't seen no links. I go on sites. I'm trying to figure out where to apply calling. They not giving me what answers that I need. I'm like, bro, a week go by, 2 weeks go by. I'm like, I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? So I was like, I'm not going to waste no more time. So I said, no, let me just call a company. I called multiple companies. I called Schneider. I called Werner. I called Martin. I don't think Martin had a CDL training program, but I called a lot of companies. But I know I definitely called Swift, Schneider, Prime, another company. I don't even remember all of them. And what made me choose that is more so the company. I chose whatever company said they paid the most for training, and Prime said they paid the most. They paid $900 a week. But I'm thinking it was 900, but no, it's 900 gross. Then when they take out taxes, you get about high 7s, low 8s, you know, depending on what expenses you have or insurance that you got. But it's really dependent upon if you could really find a grant. But think about it. Those schools take months. Some schools take months. And if you're going to go to a school, I'd rather you go to a school that's going to actually train you. You know what I mean? 3 to 6 months, because these schools now out here nowadays, like I said, I know people who they went to these CDL training programs. Oh, get your CDL in a month, you know, get you ready to be on the road. They don't train you properly. They just train you to be able to pass the test, you know. So they have the facilities that you you take the test on their facility. They train you just how to pass those maneuvers. Then when you actually go on the road to apply yourself, you really don't know what you're doing. You know what I mean? And, you know, I know someone that, you know, did that. Got a job with a company after they graduated from the school a month. They told him, hey, just be with the instructor for about 2 weeks or a week. I think it was actually a week. And then you in the truck by yourself. Did that. Ended up making a mistake. Accident. They fired him. And now he was having trouble finding a job for about 2 to 3 years. The person cannot get jobs because it's their record. They see it, pull up the info. Hey, what happened about this? What happened with this incident? What was this about? And it's been almost 3 years. It's, you know, it's kind of crazy. It's like, dang, one mistake and now it follows you on your record for 3 years until it fall off. And now you can't get the jobs that you want. And so it's tough. Like, I'd rather you get the training that you need. You know what I mean? Not just from a school that's you got to pay $3,000 out of pocket, $5,000, and then you're not really trained. If you're going to pay that much, get the full thing. You know what I mean? Compared to a company like Prime or any other company, they train you right away. And you don't have to pay them nothing as long as you commit to them for 6 months to a year. Prime happened to be a year. I know Schneider was about, 6 months? Some companies are shorter. But you need the experience anyway. You know what I mean? And for me, it was a simple choice. I need money now. Let me go get my CDL. Got it. Within the first month, I was making a return on investment. Start thinking in ROI. I already talked about that in other videos, but You really need to start thinking an ROI, return on investment. How long would it take me to get to point A to point B without losing the quality of the value? You know what I mean? But yeah, so it really depends on your situation. Do you have time to wait to go to a school to learn 3 to 6 months, or you want to go through a company that'll train you? You'll start getting paid, seeing a return within that first month, and then you'll be with an instructor driving, but you'll still be getting paid. And you're going to deal with real life experiences while being on the road with an instructor. It sucks being with someone else on the truck, but it's a necessary sacrifice to get to where you're trying to go. You know what I mean? Which one do you want? Think about the ROI, return on investment. Yeah, I don't want to commit, but you're going to have to commit to some company. That's just what it is. You're going to have to work. And you're going to need that 6 months to a year experience. And if you just quitting job, they're going to see that on your record, and they ain't going to want to hire you because they're going to think, oh, he's a turnover rate. Oh, nah, we not messing with you. So you might as well commit to one company, get your 6 months to a year experience, then try to find something else if that's what you're trying to do. But the point is to learn how to drive, learn the skill set. You know what I mean? So thinking ROI, return on investment, but I'm also going to get what I desire. That's the CDL. You're not really going to start seeing money. Well, it depends on what you do. You're not really going to start seeing money from jobs that you're looking for until you gain that experience under your belt. You know what I mean? Some companies have other options. They got leasing, they got teaming, where your potential to make more money is there. But yeah, that's what I'll say. If I had to say my opinion, which one is better, I believe it's going through a company, getting the experience that you need, and then getting paid right away instead of paying money out your pocket or getting a grant, but then you still gotta wait a long time to start seeing a return on investment. You know what I mean? But you're gonna need the experience anyway, so you can cut through the time process by just going with a company, getting the experience and working. And you're gonna have to work. It's gonna be sacrifice, but it's gonna be good for you, man. You gotta sacrifice to get to where you want to go. It's simple as that. Mankind destiny is work. And if you a man, your destiny was already decided when Adam bit the apple. He said you must work. Your destiny is hard work, and so you gotta work in order to get to where you want to go to reflect the image. You inherit it, but you're not gonna be respected until you actually start reflecting, you know what I mean, that image. And we all have the capability. It's just what you're gonna do with your skills, what you're gonna do with the capability that you were given. But I mean the ability. But yeah, that's my opinion on it. I believe it's better just to go through a company, skip through the time, because in the day and age we in right now, you really don't got that much time. It may seem like you got that much time because I don't know how old you are, 20, 25, 26, you've been 26 years on the earth. But the way the world is going, it's a massive shift going on. I already talked about this, but I'm gonna keep saying the $500 billion project, Stargate project towards the innovation of crypto and AI. They're looking to automate the system. It's gonna be it's a reset going on. People don't realize what really is happening, but everything is gonna be automated. A lot of jobs will be lost. They're gonna make you think that, oh, a lot of jobs are gonna be coming in, but it's really gonna be AI. I promise you. Look up AI agents. $20,000 a month. The AI robot will do the certified degree, master degree jobs, and it's cheaper. And then you don't got to worry about the employee turnover rate. You know what I mean? You see what's going on right now with the tariffs. I ain't really getting into all that, but destabilize before stabilization. And yeah, destabilize before stabilization. And all this is doing is speeding up the timeline for a reset. So keep that in mind. They saying by 2030 you're gonna own nothing and be happy. Really think on that and start having intentions about where you're trying to be, because we may not have that much time. I'm just being honest. No one knows when God is coming back, but God said heed your time on the earth. So start working towards vision and purpose. Have expectations for what you need to do in life, what you were born to do. Because if you don't, you're gonna get left behind. And that's all I wanted to say. But yeah, I believe going to a company is better because you cut throughout the BS time. You want to see return, ROI, get the experience. That's really what you want. Boom, that's the route I would take. People say go for a grant. I can't be with no instructor. Cool. I mean, hey, it's gonna take longer for you, but that's my personal opinion on it. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you got any more questions, let me know. I'll make another video on whatever y'all want me to talk about. And this gonna be in a playlist. It's gonna be called CDL playlist. That's what I'm gonna call it. But yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see y'all.